Tommy, Derby Day defeat for us out there. What went wrong?
The first 20 minutes went wrong. We didn't defend our box well enough, and that's not one individual, that's us as a group. We knew that was something that they'll do from corners, from long free kicks away from your box, from long throws. We knew it was a big part of their weaponry, and we picked a team that we felt could deal with that physically. Obviously we got that wrong, or they got that wrong. So that was the huge negative in the first half. The game was taken away from us with three very similar goals, and that's down to that fact that we didn't put our body or our head in front of the ball well enough.
It was quite a rotated side today, so was that part of your thinking, just a game plan today?
So was theirs. It was a plan, yeah. I mean, people have got to understand we know a little bit more about our players in their individual lifestyles, histories, what's going on emotionally, how many minutes they've played, and it's a real quick turnaround. And it's not just this week that has been a quick turnaround for us.
Yeah.
Other than the week to week from York to Sutton, it's been every week for 9 weeks, and there's some lads running on empty, and we haven't got other bodies to replace them certain positions with, and I understand that, and I'm trying to surround them with people who I think have different tools to them, but sometimes you don't know what you're missing until it's not there. And we understand. Look behind me today, I've got James, I've got Josh, I've got Jack, I've got Kai, I've got Manny, Maxwell, all lads who could start games for us. But then the lads who've started the game have all started games all season.
Yeah.
Now, fans have favourites, and I understand that, but we go into a lot more detail as to why we pick a team other than just the ones that we know are the best players in the club. So anyway, look, I'm not making any excuses for anybody. We picked the team, or I picked the team, and it got royally beaten for 20 minutes. I'll take the positives of, I thought Dejan was outstanding from the moment he was on the pitch. So in a game where we didn't play particularly well in the first half, I thought he shone, as did Kwame. Harry gives you what he's got in terms of his effort and his energy. But we just couldn't get it going again in the first half, and that's disappointing. It's disappointing.
It's been a few games, haven't there, where the first half recently has been our undoing. So is that maybe a cause for concern towards the end of the season? Well,
the fact we've only got 3 games left, it's not a massive concern,
yeah.
but ultimately, nobody wants to not start the game correctly. Obviously, you get a bit of momentum to get going, like they did, but they've scored 3 goals that, we should be defending the ball better in our box, and that's not, I don't mean any one individual, everybody, whoever's in there, marking a person, which they all get jobs, they haven't done their job. It's as simple as that. It's okay them looking around thinking that's not my fault. Well, it is your fault. So look, we win together, we lose together, we draw together. 2 weeks ago we were singing the praises of near enough the same group of people there, and I just told them, they as players enjoyed all the adulation then. They're going to have to enjoy the stick. Some people have had stick for a long time at this football club and have managed to turn things around. These lads will respond correctly to that performance because they give it, and they'll be better the next time we turn out, I'm sure.
I'm sure it's a bit too early to know what the real problem is, but obviously Ryan Jones got stretchered off. That's not nice, is it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to mention anything about it. I can't, because listen, I've got to see it again, but at the time I didn't think it was a really clever tackle. He might have firstly won the ball, I don't know, but he certainly was going in there at a pace and at an angle and a recklessness that he definitely caught the lad, and how they didn't see that, I don't know. But anyway, the fact that their lads took that lad straight off the pitch as a substitute rather than anything else, but I'm not going to make excuses. I can't stand here and say that we deserve to win the game. I thought we dominated the game second half, but we didn't score a goal, and if you don't score a goal, you can't win a game.
We did see a bit of a reaction towards the start of the second half, didn't we? We came out kind of flying then. Yeah. Unfortunately, couldn't convert anything from that. But was that part
that was no different to Saturday, Sam. The 11 lads who started on Saturday were absolutely bang average in the first half, but they turned it around in the first 10 minutes of the second half, got us back in the game, and then our subs were also positive. Nothing different here. We were not good enough in the first half. The lads who started the game were the lads who started the momentum in the second half, and then your Jameses and and your Jacks and them sort of lads come on and continue that momentum. It doesn't surprise me that, but I expected the lads to set the game up a little bit better than they did from the off, and to concede 2 goals in the first, I don't know what it was, but it was early. That's the frustration. But my biggest disappointment and concern is Ryan Jones and nothing else. I don't care about anything else at this moment in time. I just want to see how he is.
I mean, losing games always hurts. Yeah. Losing derby games perhaps hurts the supporters maybe a bit more.
It will. Well, of course it will. I mean, listen, I've got Aldershot Town tie, and I'm the manager of Aldershot Town. I don't want to lose to anybody. Yeah. I certainly don't want to lose to my local rivals. I've been in the club 2 years. It's the first game we've lost in 5. So look, if people want to start shouting and bawling at me, by all means do that, but don't shout and bawl at the lads, because they are giving their all. A lot of them are very uncertain, don't know what's going to happen beyond the end of the season. That's difficult. I've been a footballer myself when you come into that, and we need to sort that out. That situation needs sorting now, because we cannot have this hanging over the lads' heads and the staff's heads of not knowing what's going on. We need that sorted out now.
You always say, don't you, that you'll never moan at your players unless they've given their all, and well, unless they haven't given their all. Sorry. So was that not the case today?
I don't think it's not giving their all. I don't think you can try hard and you can use energy in the wrong ways. Yeah. But look, at the end of the day, you've got to give credit to the opposition. They had that bit between their teeth because of what we did to them 2.5 weeks ago. Right? They've reacted well. They've probably seen a niche that they can hurt us, and they've done that. We've succumbed to what they pointed out that they could hurt us with. We've got to react to that better. So when you get done once from a set piece, you can't get done a second time and then a third time. So from that point of view, you've got to give them credit. That's the way that they thought they could beat us. That's the way they beat us. We knew how we could beat them last week or the week before, and we did. And whatever they say, we beat them fair and square last week. They beat us fair and square this week. End of story.